Okay, so good morning, everybody, and once again, welcome back for the day number 34. And we are back after the 4 days off after attending the Knowledge 24. Okay, we'll pick up some examples from knowledge as well. But now, what we were discussing about the scripting, we discussed about scripting about classes. Now we're coming on the main point of the scripting. Okay, and the question you put, Anvisha, and maybe I guess yes, Anvisha, you put this, not Anvisha, Amisha put this question. Atul, in that book we did not find the pattern, right? कि we are using gs dot get user id और हमने अपडेट डिक्लेयर किया बट वो नहीं काम कर रहा. It will work with the it will definitely work with the what I can say variable as well. ठीक है. There is a command called gs dot info and put the variable name inside and see it is getting printed or not. Then it will work. We will try to do that part as well because I catch one person who is too technical guy. And I told that I'm not understanding this part. Then he showed me that it will work. Just try to put the gs.info so that you are able to print that part and you can see it's working fine or not. Okay. Now we're coming to the point of this thing. But we say, I want to make a field mandatory or read only or hide. If you want to work on these three operations on a field, we use the client script. Okay. We use the client script. यहाँ पर आते हैं. ठीक. यहाँ पर दो चीजें, सॉरी नॉट क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट, सॉरी दो चीजें यहाँ पर, क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट एंड यूआई पॉलिसी. माय बैड. ठीक है. These two things only work on the form level. Backend पे काम नहीं करते ये. The one part. If you want to make any field mandatory or read only or hide, we use the UI policy. Easy, quick, and basic. Only for these three operations we use this. No other operation work on this particular UI policy. We can do the coding in this part as well, but we avoid any code in the UI policy. Okay. Now let's understand this part. Let's say delete incident. Routine में आने में it take time to become on the routine. So same thing is happening with me. I forget that what I was doing. Okay. So this is my form. I want this field to be mandatory. Or let's say I want to make this field to be mandatory. Or I want service offering to be mandatory. What I can do? I can go here and I can do the client script. Easy है. Why? Because it's like a drag. It's like a drop down. Code नहीं करना पड़ता इसमें. ठीक है. I'll go here. But little bit tricky as well. ठीक है. What it's saying name. LNG, let's say SO mandatory. Just give a meaningful name. On which table you want to run it? I want to run it on the incident table. ठीक है. UI type. You want this UI policy which we are building will only work on the desktop version. मतलब कि इस वाले पे. Or you want this should work only on the mobile or the service portal. If you have mobile app, then it should only work on this part, or you want to work on the both. Generally, we put on the both because I don't want any disparity between the interfaces. So either a user raising an incident via web-based, that is this way, or via mobile app, it should be mandatory. Now type. Come on, why? Yeah, nobody is telling me you're doing wrong. We need to do UI policy. कोई मुझे याद नहीं दिला रहा, हम गलत काम कर रहे हैं. It was client script, not the UI policy. Come back guys, come back. छुट्टियां खत्म हो गई, स्कूल शुरू हो गए दोबारा से. ठीक है, लेट बी ओपन. अरे हो गया यार, हाँ हो गया. Sorry. This is called the UI policy. UI policy says if you want to make any field mandatory, read only, okay, or hide. Basis on the conditions, it will work. If condition true, it will work like same way SLA or email. As soon as the condition met, it will trigger. So it says what you want to do. I want to do this UI policy on the incident table. Okay. So mandatory. When to run? The same concept, when to apply. Do you want to apply this field or do you want to make this field mandatory on any condition? I said yes. I said if priority is high. ठीक है, ये कब रन होगी? When priority is high. Rest forget everything as of now and click on the save. अभी के लिए भूल जाओ, करते हैं इसको. ठीक. Now come back. Reload this page. ठीक. When I reload this page, what I'm trying to do, I want to be test this particular UI policy as so mandatory. यहाँ गए 3, 2, but it is not becoming mandatory. Reason being, because we just put a condition, we did not put an action. ये देखो ये रहा, हमने action नहीं बताया. What to do? To do this action, scroll down, come here, and UI policy action, new. What field you want to work now? I want to work on the service offering. MNOP over ST service offering. क्या करना है? You want to make it mandatory? Yes. If it is mandatory, then visible false cannot be worked out. I went to Amisha's place. Amisha sir, चाय? नहीं. हाँ. नहीं, चाय पी लूंगा पर चाय बनाना मत. So how this possible? Same thing applicable here. Mandatory है तो visibility cannot be false. Visibility means field will be available on the form. I can make it true. Then again read only cannot be false. मतलब read only नहीं होगा. अगर read only होगा तो फिर लिखो भरोगे कैसे, क्योंकि mandatory है. So I can say true and save. Now come back here. Reload this page. And see. Now let's change this value. देखो अभी it's not mandatory as of now. कहाँ गए सर्विस ऑफरिंग, कहाँ गई? अरे okay, good. Someone understand that why, where is the service offering now? We're not able to see the service offering.
It will only show when you will make the priority high.
Correct. And why?
You have made it visible true.
No, but why not showing on the load now? बताता हूं. 1 and 2. And now you can see service offering is visible. And you can fill the value as well. This is due to this particular option. But ऐसा नहीं कि इसी वजह से हो रहा है सर, नहीं. Let's go back. Update. You should not load the incident form. देखा इसलिए मैं नहीं कर रहा था वो. UI policy. Now let's come back on this particular part. If I say the purpose of UI policy or the demo of the UI policy is done now, nothing new. But let's understand these 3 parts जो हमने यहां बनाए थे. We load quickly. हाँ ये रहा. ठीक है. ये number 1 part and important part is this 3. It says, do you want to run this UI policy जो हमने ये किया when I am in a, or sorry, I can say this UI policy is applicable for all the views. देखो यहाँ पर views होते हैं. Remember, if I save this, let's say I save this and then I'll show you. Let's see. Oh. ठीक. ये. These are the views. Maybe in a one view, I don't want this field to be mandatory, but in the another view, I want this field to be mandatory. So what we can do, we can select here. What is this option says global, that do you want to run this UI policy in all the views? If global tick, then yes. If untick, then you can select the specific view. Then it should work only and only in the major incident view, not in other view. Number 1 reason. Sometime it happen. Sometime it happen. Okay, so we can give it or put it as an option, but generally we put always a global. We never go for the specific views because putting the specific, it's like a loophole. अगर कस्टमर को नहीं आता तो वहां से जाके रेस कर देगा और काम खत्म हो जाएगा. But I want that customer should feel this, so better to make it mandatory for everywhere. Second, apply the UI action when the form is loaded. On load. As soon as this form get loaded, I want this action should work. If I untick this box and then I will run this UI policy, तो आपको ये फॉर्म ये फील्ड पहले दिखेगा. अभी what happened now that we loaded, so it was missing it because we say on load पे काम करना चाहिए. If I untick this box, it means if the value get changed, as soon as this value get changed, it will work. Give a try at your side. These are small use cases that you can do because there's nothing much code, no coding is here. Then reverse if false. Now what happened? Let's say I change the value, okay, and it become mandatory. Now if I change the value, गायब हो गया ना, right? Because of this. Untick and then check. Untick and then check what is be happening. Like I give example. My parents told when they're going market, open the door only when we came back. But अगर मम्मी आप नहीं है और मेरे फ्रेंड आए फिर वो तो आपने बताया नहीं. Then this is what the use case. Reverse if false. If condition did not match, because remember, UI policy only work when condition should be true. False पे काम नहीं करेगा ये. ठीक. And inherit. This is important and always uncheck. As you know that we have created, or the incident table is coming from the task table, right? Incident table is coming from the task table. Now it can be possible that in the task table, this field already have some, or let's say SO already have some UI policies applicable. Do you want to applicable in your table only or not? Then we can say inherit false. नहीं, मुझे नहीं चाहिए पुराना, मेरे को अपने टेबल पे जो करूंगा वही रन होना चाहिए. Then you put inherit false. ठीक है. Generally we make it as a false because we don't want to be use anything from the parent one. Clear हो गई बात यहाँ तक? Doubt, question or clarification? Amisha, Mac, Anvisha, Sunita, Harshal.
Sir, it will make mandatory only those fields which are coming from task table.
No. It will make mandatory which you put here. जो आप यही एक्शन में लिखोगे.
No. अगर हम उसको inherit करते हैं extend table extend from.
नहीं. So what happened? Okay, if you put this box tick, the table you are putting, it will go to this parent table as well. यहाँ तो मैंने incident लिया. मान लीजिए I created my own table and that table got extended from some other table. तो वो वहां से पिकअप करके लेके आएगा.
मान लो अभी जो हमने यहाँ पे प्रायोरिटी लिया है, ओके, प्रायोरिटी टास्क पे भी होगा, इस पे भी इंसिडेंट पे भी, पर हमने कोई ऐसा फील्ड बनाया जो सिर्फ इंसिडेंट पे है, टास्क पे नहीं है.
Then it will not take any inheritance.
Okay.
क्योंकि है ही नहीं ना, पेरेंट पे तो है ही नहीं.
हाँ.
ठीक है. तो उस वजह से
ये रिवर्स भी होता है क्या सर?
रिवर्स कैसे?
अब मान लो एक नहीं, फिर ओके, मैं सोच रहा था कि इंसिडेंट पे पहले बनाए फिर टास्क पे बाद में बनाए, तो इंसिडेंट से टास्क पे इनहेरिट होगा
क्या इनहेरिट हो सकता है? यूआई पॉलिसी?
हाँ.
नहीं ना, कैसे होगा? चाइल्ड पे जो बना है वो पेरेंट पे कैसे जाएगा? पेरेंट पे जो इनहेरिट क्या होता है? इनहेरिट मींस समथिंग व्हिच यू गेटिंग फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स, नॉट द रिवर्स, राइट? आपके पास जो है आपके पेरेंट्स को इनहेरिट नहीं होगा. व्हाट योर पेरेंट्स हैव दैट यू आर गेटिंग इज कॉल्ड इनहेरिटेंस.
तो मतलब यहाँ सब पब्लिक टाइप का इनहेरिटेंस है,
राइट? ठीक है. एंड नाउ इफ आई कम ऑन दिस पार्ट, service offering, we have a field called clear the value. This field will work and useful when we have a reverse false. Let's say reverse false kiya, I want to change the value now. I want this should be blank, this should be empty. Then we can use clear the field value. ठीक है. Try this option with or without, you can understand this point. Try, let's say I want false and I want false, read only true. Now see what happened. Give a try. Multiple combinations, give a try. Now let me go and check it here. Let it be load now and then see. See, service offering is appearing. It's coming as a default mandatory. अब गुम हो गया वो. Why? Because we say mandatory false, visible false, read only true. तो वहां पर हो गया. Condition match, this thing working. ठीक है. Now the same thing we can do on the related list as well. ठीक है. अच्छा हाँ, एक चीज और. Now sometime what happen that Atul, I don't want anything to be happen here. Let's say I have a condition that credit days must be within the 21 days. These are the use cases. I don't want to make any field mandatory, not a read only, not a hide. But I want to show some message. If priority is 2, I want to show a message. Come back here and click on the run script. देखो ये क्या है UI policy. तो यहाँ पर UI policies के लिए client side की classes चलेंगी. G_form dot set mandatory. क्या mandatory करें यहाँ पे हम कर देते हैं ये वाला field U_incident LNG. हम ये भी कर सकते हैं या फिर क्या था ऐड info message था क्या था वो what should we come here.
We can write info message at the same time. We can error message. What kind of message we want
but
to
what is the syntax? Syntax क्या है उसका?
gs.info.
field value.
Sorry?
gs.info.
gs. Are you sure?
Yes,
gs.info कैसे आएगा? gs सर्वर्स की है क्लाइंट साइड की वो क्लास है. GS is server side or client side scripting or client side class?
client
Sure.
Yeah. This way, gs.form dot set field message.
G_form dot add info message. Because we are on the client side scripting, not on the server side scripting. GS work on the server side, not on the client side.
Okay.
Now you can put your message. And save. But this is not a best practice. ये वाला ये लिखना is not a best practice. नहीं. If you want to do this better, do in the UI policy actions. यहीं पे करो. Because UI policy says making mandatory, read only and visible, do that part. Just to be show you that how it's work is be showing here. It says it has a two parts. If the UI policy condition is true, then show, let's say, this message. If false, then show G_form dot add info message. Bye bye. And save. Now let's try this. If priority is 2, let's see what did we do. ये दोनों मैसेज एक साथ एग्जीक्यूट हो गए. वो मैंडेटरी भी नहीं हुआ और दोनों मैसेज भी आ गए। बाय और हेलो दोनों हो गए एक साथ। समथिंग रॉन्ग हियर इटसेल्फ। अदरवाइज दोनों मैसेज एक साथ नहीं आने चाहिए। कंडीशन तो ट्रू है, राइट? Condition is true. We are on the priority 2. But it's showing the both messages.
Because we have written that on load only.
Yes. So never ever try these two options together. Action भी बना दी और script भी लिख दी, नहीं. That's wrong. ठीक है? But if you want small, very small portions, we can put it in the script. Message, error message, info message, we can do that particular part. ठीक है? एक मिनट देना, I'll open the window यार. It's getting a little dirty. ठीक है जी, क्लियर ये तक, यहाँ तक ऑल डन?
Yes.
Good. So give a try for this one. Now one more thing which I want to tell you, that you can go to this thing, developer.servicenow.com, and you can search here for the UI policy. देखो ये, open this and you can read and do the exercise from here itself. देखो इसमें सारी exercise भी, exercise fog repository and all things will be there. UI policy exercise है. If you want to do the practice, you can do the practice from here itself. Try करो, हो जाएगा ये. Easy to go है, nothing to be worry. But yes, for the practice, this is a good place. Out of the box है, sorry, out of the box I'm saying. Developer website पे है, easy है, with steps है, possible to do. ठीक है, I forgot on that last week to tell you, but I thought let me tell you today because we are on the same classes now. Even though if you want to know, you can get this information as well. यहाँ देखो, classes भी हैं इसमें, ये रहा. देखो ये रहा, client side scripting. Read this. We follow the book, but you can follow this thing as well. What about the classes are here? All classes will be getting. ठीक है ना, देखो clients, ये तो client side scripts होंगे, but classes are this one. ठीक है, it is a good way to do the practice and learn because this is very simple, easy to be understand. Okay, now come to the next part. UI policy के भाई बहन है client script. ठीक है, अब in this part we have little restrictions that we can make mandatory only or visible. We can't do much action. But I want to do more actions now. I want that as soon as this value get changed, I want to show a message. As soon as I submit a record, I should get a message. अब ये चीजें UI policy में possible नहीं है. Not possible. Definitely it's not possible because UI possible for 3 things. Then we'll use the client script. And now come back here. Check. Let's say now I want to make CI mandatory. ठीक है, इसको ना ऐसे कर देते हैं, LNG CI mandatory, इजी रहता ट्रैक करने में. ठीक है, टेबल इंसिडेंट. ठीक, एप्लीकेबल और अब यहां पर है बढ़िया बात. As I say that client scripts are pure scripts. इसमें ड्रैग ड्रॉप नहीं ऑप्शन चलता. मीन्स ड्रॉप डाउन वैल्यू इज नो. You have to be write a code here. And I'm again telling to everybody, if you want to understand, you want to do the practice, please go this module in the developer.servicenow.com. ठीक, अब यहां पर 4 types. Client scripts has a 4 types. On cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. ठीक, on cell edit, on change, on load, on submit. I'm sure by reading these 4 names, you can understand कि इनका मतलब क्या है. On submit मतलब कि if I click on this submit button, before it go to the database, it should show a message. ठीक है. On load, as soon as this form get load, I want to show a message. Hello Misha, hi Harshal, hi Anvisha, welcome back. All these things I can show on the load as soon as the form get loaded. Then on change, as soon as I change the value of a caller from VIP to non-VIP, I should get a message. ठीक है, ये भी हो जाएगा. What about on cell edit? इसको रखते हैं होल्ड पे जरा भी. We'll come back on this. These 3 first. देखो, either use this type, it will have a specific way to define the things. ये देखो. Yeah. It create a function automatically. And this function says, I want to do on change. On change means I say, as soon as this value gets changed from Alan Martin, it is going to any other value. I want to display a message. Acha, chalo, come back here first. I said type is on change. System asking what field you want to track it. I say I want to track it the caller. Means if caller gets changed, then I should display a message. हर बार caller change होगा तो मैं message display करूंगा. Every time it gets changed, I will display a message. Every time it gets changed, I will display a message. Trick. Now how to do this part? To do this part, we have a function available. इसको थोड़ा maximize कर देते हैं. ठीक है रहा. On change control old new is loading is template. इस पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन के 4 से 5 इनपुट्स हैं. ठीक है, let me do one thing. Let me stop sharing for a minute. I'll open this book. Amisha, I'll come back. Give me a minute. ठीक है, I'll open this book and we'll discuss then. Okay. Books today's. Where is that book? Yes. Because I generally take this example from here itself. हम कर रहे हैं on what we're doing now, we're doing on change. ठीक है, let me open this particular option. हाँ, coming to screen sharing now. हाँ हमेशा पूछो.
I was like, why means like read mandatory and hide we were doing with UI policies and the other with the scripting. Why there is such inconsistency?
नहीं, inconsistency नहीं है. No.
Hmm.
This is the things that ServiceNow say, I want to make your work easy. See, remember when we started this scripting part, we always says that try to be go as much as out of the box. See, I give example. ठीक है. In our phone, we have a functionality called a speed dial, right? Right, speed dial होता है ना, number एक number कुछ seconds के लिए press करो, it will dial a number automatically, right? You can call or you can use that functionality and you can dial a number by your own way, like go to contact, search, and then dial the same number. Can you say it is an inconsistency?
No, that's like a favorite option. So it is like favorite that we are
No,
since we are using.
no, because this option is given by phone,
Okay.
but we're not using it.
Okay.
Right? I give you example. If you go to any kind of a school admission or a transport services kind of things, okay, they never do the things which we do. They never go to contact, search for a number. They have few numbers in the speed dial. That is called the UI policy.
Okay.
Because ServiceNow say I am moving to the low code now.
So it is like
And
demand, like client side. How it depends that okay, ServiceNow is giving these things in the out of the box and not this thing in the out of the box.
what this thing is not out of the box.
Means there's three are like favorite option is like it is like the more number of calls will be there, it will be in the speed dial. But how ServiceNow will know that it will be in the UI policy and it will be in the scripting part? What
No,
is the basis?
no. Now you are challenging on the design part. See, when we get any product, ठीक है, कुछ चीजें उसके साथ आती हैं, right? If how let me give you example. I'm thinking example because this is not like inconsistency. Basically, it is like a product part. Man, if I okay, I'm giving this training, right? Even though this is the admin training, but we still are discussing a lot of things from the advanced level as well. Okay, because this is part of my agenda. In the same manner, when this platform has been built up,
there must be a base, na? On that base you have created
to
your
make the
agenda.
to make the life easy of the people.
Okay.
ServiceNow say, I'm not saying that you can't do the things which we can do from UI policy. You can do the things from the client script as well. You can make mandatory, you can hide everything you can do. But to make a life easy for the people like me who don't know the coding, UI policy is there. And ultimately, it's a user experience. Now you don't know the coding, right? Let's say you don't know the coding. If I remove the UI policy, then you have a question in mind. Atul, there must be something, at least few basic steps should be in the drag and drop option. Yeah, at least field to mandatory कर सकता हूँ मैं click पे. Because now it is already available. So you are taking it as a you're thinking as a okay तो है ही. But क्यों है? Now the question comes क्यों है? Right? Go in the reverse order. If I remove this, then you will come to know. Yeah, it's too much to be write a code. At least ServiceNow should make this field as a kind of low code or some kind of interface. I can go and I click it.
Okay.
That is it is with there. I put a suggestion in one of the community posts that I want the way we have a UI policy, something we should have in the UI action as well. Because in the UI action also we have to write a code, a pure coding, which we do tomorrow. Can ServiceNow bring few of the options of the UI action in the interface perspective, like drag and drop down kind of value, so that my work will be easy? Because I don't know the coding. I have to write a lot of code if I want to work on the UI action. Clear, Amisha, now?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, Mac.
So you just mentioned like the same thing we have in UI policy. It should be also in UI and action, but both are different. Generally, we use UI action
Yes.
to create a button.
UI, no, UI policy on the form level. UI actions are your form buttons. जो ये आपको
Yes,
दिख रही है ये.
yes, yes.
There must be
We can
some
also
code in this background, right?
right,
That is the server side, and we call it the UI action.
right,
Okay, so there is a difference in the both UI policy and UI action.
right.
So now what is your question? I'm getting confused. Or
So you just said the functions we have in UI policy, it should be
Mhm.
also in UI action.
no functions nahi. No function, no function. No.
Like we can hide a field or set mandatory in UI policy, right?
Nahi. That is little tricky. What ServiceNow say, if you want to hide a field, mandatory, or these things, use either client scripting or the UI policies. UI action says if you fill this form and I click on this button, what you want to do now before taking this into the database. Submit के बाद, how you make a field mandatory, right?
Right.
Once, let's say you're booking a ticket, you do the payment and click on the submit. After submit, can you make your name mandatory?
No.
तो वो तो भर दिया, पहले ही भर दिया हमने, right?
Yes.
So these things can be done in the UI actions. Not mandatory, but to check everything is working fine or not, and then we can save the data in the database. अभी तो हम क्या करते हैं? What we do? We just click on the submit and record get credit in the database. But do you know that what code has been written in this background?
No.
Which take every value and go to the instance table and save. This is what is a UI action do.
Right.
ठीक है? So वो चीज है. Now come back on the UI client scripting. So we are on this particular part now. ये रहा. ठीक है? This particular function has a 5 parameters. Control, old value, new value, is loading, is template. और क्या है? On change. In simple and layman language, I am saying, okay, now tell me, let me say I write this one. Bye. ठीक है? Let's say I fill this form. Now I delete this and again write bye. Did I make any changes? Yes or no?
Yes.
What changes you made?
I mean, we change on the form level, but the data is the same, but we change.
Correct. Data is same. It means the old value and the new value is same, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. That is number one part. Means in this particular function, we check if there's a change in the old value and new value, then do this action. And there are ways to do this particular part. Old value, now it's saying is the loading. Okay, this pipe symbol go. It's same as a new value equal to empty. मेरे को ना इसका पूरा function देखना पड़ेगा, but
It's
what
or
this parts? Sorry?
or. is loading or is new.
हाँ, right. ठीक है. अब कई बार क्या होता है, why the problem is that, let's say I have a client script on load and I am bringing this value out of the box. Let's say I want that whenever any user opens the incident form, the username should be come here. ठीक है. And on the other part, I have a client script. Sorry, I have a client script of the on change as well. So I want to be check, is the new value which I'm changing is different from the value which I'm bringing from the on load. देखो check तो करना पड़ेगा ना. Amisha invited me at her home on the birthday party. ठीक है, I bring a gift for her daughter and I say it is for you. Amisha opened that pack, but before, as soon as she opened that, unwrapped that particular gift, she found it's not look like a new gift, look like a used gift. ये वो वाला पार्ट है. उसने भी पूरा अनरैप नहीं किया. She did not open the complete box. अरे तो टीयर अप है यहाँ से, कुछ seal is also break. It means it is not a new gift, it's a old gift. तो हम सबसे पहले वो चेक करते हैं यहाँ पर, नंबर 1 पार्ट. ठीक है. सेकेंड पार्ट इज द टेम्पलेट. Maybe I am bringing this value from the template. I can go here and apply the template. जैसे ये templates. We will have this topic in our discussion. We'll discuss this part. That I'm bringing this value from the template. तो भी on change होगा. Earlier it was blank, now it is coming as a value. But कहां से आ रही है वो? Template से आ रही है. ठीक. So we have to be see this part, that from where the value is getting changes. It is coming from the on load or is coming from the template. अगर इन दोनों में से नहीं है, then we can write our code simply. ठीक है. So with this 5 values, with this 5 parameter, this particular script work to the next action. ठीक है. Let's say they're giving example as well. For example, if you have a cleared a user field value where additional user data has been added to the form, you will also want to clear the additional user data. इतना टफ एग्जांपल दे रहा है, सिंपल सा नहीं इसके पास. On change field active. अच्छा, इसने active false true किया. ठीक है, leave it. We will do this example now. ठीक है, basic fundamental clear हुआ everybody? Yes or no? Yes, Meg, go ahead.
No, sir. It didn't change. I didn't clear that templates and is loading. That 5 fields that have on change. Can you please explain one more time?
Okay. देखो, let's come back here. ठीक है, I'll come to this part. What we have incident call type. ठीक है, चलो, let me reload and show you now. Let me come back here. Now, there are 3 to 4 ways to load this value. ठीक है, let's say contact type. Number 1, I can come here and manually select. ठीक है, Mac?
Yes.
Number 1. Second part, I can write a client script and on the load, I can set this value. Or with the UI policy, I can set this value. ठीक है?
Yes.
Done हो गया. Now the third part is that I can update this value, upload this value or make this value via the templates. ठीक है, अब चेंज हो गई. राइट, ये टिक बॉक्स का मतलब है कि वैल्यू टेम्पलेट से आ रही है. ठीक है.
Okay.
Is any other way I can change this value? Actually, no. because these are three possible cases, right?
Right.
Now, if I want to run my script on this field on change, how I should know that from where the previous value is coming? You should know, see on change, how the on change work. That you should know that from where the old value is coming, right? अगर old value ही नहीं है, it means it is a new value. सोच के देखो ना. I said, do you have a sugar at your home? Atul, I don't consume sugar. It means that value does not exist for you. But if I say, hey, do you have a sugar? Atul, I have a sugar of the Tata brand. Which brand you need? It means you already have an old value, but now looking for a new value. So system should know that from where the previous value is coming so that it can compare it. And to do this particular part, we have this function available. Control like on the HTML dynamic field, like on the form level, it work. Number one part. Old value, which is already there. Now I want that if anybody change this self-service value or the contactor value, then I should display a message. But I should know that from where the previous value is coming. Is it coming from the load or it's coming from the template? So to do this particular part, we have this function available and these parameters available. Agar old value, sorry, if is loading new value is same as, sorry, empty. मतलब खाली है, पहले से खाली, लोड पे कुछ वैल्यू नहीं आ रही, then return it कि हाँ भाई ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, nothing to be checked there, and proceed further. So this is the standard one, which is checking by system only. आपको इसका कोड करने की जरूरत नहीं, it's already coded for us. We have to be just use this as it is, and we can proceed further.
So can you explain one control part in that 5 fields? What is it doing here? Control.
See, control is to for this form level we're talking. It's see, dynamic HTML of the field that change. On the field dynamically, I'm changing it. Runtime पे मैं change कर रहा हूँ जो. Because client scripts only work on the form level and
Right.
work only on the field which are available on the form. It will not work on the hidden field of the table. Transcript will not work on the hidden fields. It will work only on the fields which are available on the form level. This is the major thing which you have to be remember for the UI policy and the client script.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So by this way we can do this particular part. Now let me take a quick use case for this one. इसका एग्जांपल लेते हैं हम. ठीक है. Onload. Onload and we are doing the on change, right? We'll get some examples here. Yeah. ठीक है, देखो. What they're saying here now that if case network agar in this particular part they're doing this UI policy on the category. Okay. This says if the category is network, then urgency 1. If category is database, urgency 2. Or baki kuch ho, urgency 3. So what they're doing, let me come back here. And let's say on category. ठीक, I'm talking about this. If category is hardware, I want urgency should be 1. Set value, ये देखो ये रहा, और ये क्या है, G underscore form, client side scripting, client side classes, sorry. It's saying switch new value. Switch क्या है, use मेरा ये है switch case होता है ना, what I can say in this, in the basics of programming, these are the things to be checked. Switch new value, क्या चेक करो, अगर new value, sorry, new value अगर मेरी, if it is hardware, then make this field as a set value, sorry, set value urgency is equal to 1. ये अगर database है, set value 2. Now if I copy this, okay, and come back to my scripting, और यहाँ पे, and I'll pick up this as well. ठीक, and save. Same G underscore form we know, set value we know. The only thing what we're doing on the value of the change of category. Now if you run this, and if I change this category to network, see, it's not really become 1. ये काम हम UI policy में नहीं कर सकते. We have to write a script. We can do in the UI policy, but we have to write a script. Then ServiceNow say if you want to write a script, better to use the client script only. Don't mix the things in the UI policy. Set value, get values are not easily doable in the UI policies. Better to use the client scripts. Clear हुआ everybody?
यूआई पॉलिसी ओनली मैंडेटरी, मतलब हम वहाँ पे वो 3 ऑपरेशन ही कर सकते हैं अच्छे से.
नहीं, it is recommended to use only for these 3 operations. Recommended है.
Okay.
But if you want to do anything other than that 3, better to use the client script. कर वहां भी सकते हैं आप. You can go in the scripting as I show you that when to apply a script you can do there. But why you want to make a change in the out of the box functionalities then? वो उस purpose के लिए है ही नहीं. The purpose in the UI policy scripting is that only make small things. Add message करना है, show message करना है, that is the only thing. But if you want to set some values, get some values, better to use the client scripts. ठीक है, फंडामेंटल कुछ क्लियर हुआ?
हाँ सर, एक सेकेंड, क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट पे जाना. ओके, क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट. ओके सर, जैसे ये अभी यहाँ पे एक्टिव है, इनहेरिटेड है, ग्लोबल है, कैन वी पुट एनी ऑप्शन हियर? मतलब हमको
What option you want to put it?
वही जो यूआई पे रिवर फॉल्स इफ रिवर्स.
नहीं, क्यों करना है? Why you want to duplicate it? You already have a book with you. Okay, why you want to buy another copy for the same? बस इसलिए कि मुझे एक और शेल्फ में रखनी है उसको. That's not a good choice, right?
कोड, हमारा कोड लिखना बच जाएगा अगर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन रहेगा तो.
अगर ऐसा ही होता, if this is the case, then service not do this part, right?
हाँ, वो भी.
Intentionally they put the 2 different things. not to mix. And if I bring that option in the UI in the client scripting, then what about the UI policy? तो decommission हो गया तो खत्म हो जाएगा बिल्कुल. Then you will say, सर मैं अब क्या करूं? मेरे को टिक बॉक्स भी करना, वैल्यू भी सेट करने, दोनों चीजें होंगी नहीं यहाँ पर एक साथ. I want to make a lemonade. ठीक है, but I don't want to make it as a too salty and too sweety. So I have to put a limited part of sugar and limited part of salt. तभी होगा ना वो.
Okay, correct, sir.
Either you make it full salty, put complete salt. I don't make it complete sweet, then put more sugar. But you can't say these two things should be work. So two separate things है वो दोनों अलग अलग. ठीक है, clear हुआ everybody?
Yes, sir.
So to do this practice, go to this developer.com. You will find the options here as well. Here are client script types. It will tell you the more detailed and good options. Sorry. But ये जो हमने पढ़ा, it is something similar, but definitely some pictures are there. Read from this. You will get to know a lot of good things there. जो मुझे नहीं आती वो यहाँ पर सब मिल जाएंगी आपको. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Good. Chलिए, let me stop recording and take quick attendance now.